Welcome back to my KEEPUP channel. Just Stop Oil activists who threw tomato soup over priceless Van Gogh Sunflowers painting are found guilty of criminal damage. Just Stop Oil activists who threw tomato soup over a priceless Van Gogh painting have been found guilty of criminal damage. Anna Holland and Phoebe Plummer, both 22, flung 2 tins of Heinz soup at the Dutch artist's 1888 masterpiece while it was on display at the National Gallery on October 14, 2022. The pair then proceeded to glue themselves to the wall following the attack on the painting. Although the oil canvas, worth up to £72.5 million, was protected by a glass cover and went unharmed, its 17th-century Italian frame was damaged. Both Plummer and Holland refused to say who they took instructions from before they carried out the publicity stunt. The pair had paid a visit to the museum in Trafalgar Square a day before the incident and bought the tins of soup from a Tesco supermarket in central London. They denied but were convicted of damaging property by a jury after a 4-day trial at Southwark Crown Court. They showed no emotion as the jury announced its verdicts. Judge Christopher Heher is expected to bail the pair ahead of sentencing on a date to be fixed. Last week he jailed JSO co-founder Roger Hallam, 58, and 4 other activists for a total of 21 years after they helped bring the M25 to a standstill on 4 consecutive days. Sentencing them, Judge Heher said they crossed the line from concerned campaigner to fanatic. Francesca Kohler, prosecuting, said Plummer and Holland made their way to Gallery 43, which housed one of the most famous and sought-after artworks, Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh. When the coast was clear, they took off their jackets to reveal white t-shirts emblazoned with the slogan, Just Stop Oil. They took 2 tins of Heinz tomato soup out of bags and simultaneously threw the contents of the tins of tomato soup onto the painting. They kneeled down and began to open tubes of superglue and lathered it over their left hands. They fixed their hands to the wall of the gallery behind them. Targeting one of the most famous paintings in the world in the National Gallery, in Trafalgar Square in the heart of the national capital, the Crown say is a publicity stunt to bring attention to the aims of Just Stop Oil. Whilst this risked serious damage to a priceless painting by one of the greatest artists, Vincent van Gogh, there was, we say, actual damage to the 17th-century Italian frame chosen specifically to house this painting by the National Gallery in 1999. People were heard saying "oh my gosh" as the painting was attacked during the protest, which was filmed and quickly uploaded onto JSO's Twitter page. Frame conservator Isabella Kokum said in a statement read to jurors, "I was shocked and dismayed by the extent of corrosion this tomato soup had caused to the exquisite antique frame. The frame was specifically chosen for Van Gogh's painting because of the matching coloration. I remain amazed at how corrosive the soup was to the frame. Even once the majority of the soup had been removed, I was alarmed to see that the remainder was acting like a paint stripper in front of my eyes." Wearing a blue floral dress and a pink and red striped shawl, Holland explained why they used tomato soup. "The first reason is that it would stand out more and it is different to paint. The second reason being that tomato soup symbolized the link between the climate crisis and the cost of living crisis." Asked if she understood that the painting could be damaged, the Newcastle University graduate replied, "No, I understood that the painting was protected. The frame didn't occur to me at all. I never thought the painting would be damaged. I have been concerned about the climate crisis from a very young age. I know that climate change will affect my generation and every generation younger than me the worst. It really scares me. I was also really concerned about the cost of living crisis." Cross-examined by Ms. Kohler, Holland was asked who she and Plummer were taking instructions from. She replied, "I don't know. Someone else in Just Stop Oil." Plummer has been described as JSO's poster girl, and last November she was jailed for 6 months for taking part in a slow march to protest against gas and oil. The former University of Manchester student told the court, "Anna and I are both young people motivated by a deep, deep fear of what we know is to come. We are motivated by a love of life. We are motivated by being let down by our government who refused to take appropriate action. I'm sure I'm not the only one who remembers how all our energy bills soared. I am not the only one who wore a coat and gloves inside the house to avoid putting the heating on." Plummer claimed that she knew that the painting would be well protected by robust glass glazing. She told the court that she was prepared to go to prison. "I am willing to risk the consequences. I am willing to risk time in prison. That is how serious it is. We have experienced the wettest 18 months since records began. All our food security is at risk. Asked if she had taken instructions from anyone, Plummer replied, I wouldn't say I took instructions. I wasn't coerced or told I had to do something. I was presented with a plan and was asked if I thought it was a good idea. I don't act on the instructions of anyone else. Holland, of Newcastle, and Plummer, of Lambeth, denied but were convicted of damaging property. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.